This may seem extremely hard to believe, but exactly 1 week ago, it was Purim. That's mind-boggling to me. The whole day, I keep thinking to myself, a week ago, I was delivering Mishloach Manot. Lori and I were hosting kids for the candy store at our front door, playing guitar for 3.5 hours, going to a Purim Suda, giving Matanot Levionim, hearing the Megillah, wonderful celebrations in the shul, and now this? The two don't seem to be so closely related temporally. I keep thinking maybe Purim was 8 or 9 months ago. How could it have just happened? But it did. It's a week old. I think there's a message here for us, or at least something that we need to garner from Purim. It was the question that I asked on Shabbos at Or Torah in the last Shabbos, this past Shabbos, Parshat Kitisa, where I posed the question, what was the point of Purim? So the Levush writes, as he's quoted by the Mishnah Berurah, the point of Purim is to celebrate that we're alive, to thank Hashem that we're alive, to thank Hashem for his salvation, his succor, for allowing us to have another time period to celebrate. We say the Shechiyanu Bracha on the mitzvah of reading the Megillah, and then in the morning, according to many, we're reciting the Shechiyanu Bracha on the other mitzvot hayom. We're happy that we are alive. Our physical selves were threatened, and we were saved by Hashem. I think there are other messages, though, also that we should take from the holiday of Purim. And this is what I keep speaking about again and again, about the deep reservoirs of Chizuk that we already possess. We just have to be reminded of them a little bit. The degree to which we're ma'aminim, b'nei ma'aminim. Purim reminds us that although the communities in the 127 provinces, in Shushan and in all the surrounding environs, thought themselves extremely secure, they weren't secure. And just like that, overnight, something could happen that could undermine their entire understanding of their world order. We're going through that right now in a certain way. There's a sense of upheaval, a sense of instability, and certainly of uncertainty. And that creates worry. And as I've mentioned a few times now over the past week, that should not lend itself to pachad, to panic. That's not helpful, not for ourselves, not for our families. It's not going to be a good idea. Instead, we need to find ways to channel our understanding of what's going on a little bit. And I would suggest through the prism of Purim. Because when we appreciate our vulnerability, and Purim, of course, we're celebrating against the backdrop of great darkness. And at this time, we've come into a challenging period. We see in the holiday of Purim the power of messages. A message goes out, something spreads through 127 provinces, and it creates fear. It strikes fear in the hearts of all who hear it. Perhaps, Purim just so happened to fall on the calendar when it did. And now we're into this pandemic involving the coronavirus right after, in order to give us a signal that we need to steel ourselves from Purim and the Purim story to be able to meet future challenges, such as the one that we're in right now. To go from periods of instability, uncertainty, grave danger, fear, and realize v'nafochu in the positive sense. Everything can change in an instant. We have to be hopeful and patient. Certainly we need to be vigilant. We need to take care of ourselves. And we also need to take care of each other. Isn't that one of the main messages of Purim? Take care of each other. The claim of the enemies of the Jewish people is Am mefuzar umefurad ben amim. We're a diffuse nation. We're spread everywhere, and we have no sense of unity. That was what the Gemara called the Lishna Bisha, the Lashon Hara, that Haman Harasha Yamach Shemo brought to Achashverosh, the king of all those 127 provinces. So what did we do? Esther Amalka announced, Lech Knosset Kol Yehudim, gather all the Jews. What did we do? We got together. Nikalu Lamod al Nafsham. Everyone got together, gathered with regard to their souls, here in the physical sense, taking care of each other's physical needs, making sure to go to battle if need be. Well, here the battle lines, of course, are different, and the enemy is not human at this moment, thank God. But it's still an enemy. Let's look in on each other. Call a friend, call a neighbor, call somebody you haven't spoken to in a few years. How you doing? I know it's been a rough period. Can I make you some dinner? Leave the dinner outside their door. Find out if you can go to a store and shop, as long as it's safe to do so. Get some food for a neighbor. Ask them, I'm going out anyway. Can I get you something? There are different ways that we can help others. It was only on Purim that we announced and declared, La'Yehudim hayta orav v'simcha v'sason vikar. For the Jewish people, there was joy, there was gladness, there was celebration, there was honor. But every Motzei Shabbat, when we hold the Havdalah candle in hand, and the goblet in the other hand, then we transfer it so we could have the besamim. We say first, La'Yehudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Sasan Vikar, and we add an aspiration, just in case that line is not true in the moment in which we live. Kain Tia Lanu, so may it be for us. Friends, from now on, every Motzei Shabbat, and we'll recite Havdalah, we'll have in mind, La'Yehudim Haita Ora V'Simcha V'Sasan Vikar, and if it's not yet true again, that we have those things, that joy and celebration and honor, then we'll say, Kain Tia Lanu, so may it be for us, and we'll say with a sense of conviction and of hope, so will it be for us. We need to keep carrying through this, friends, and we can do this together. Wishing everyone an Erev Tov, much Chizuk. I look forward to be back in touch very soon.